My name is Sandy Waite, and I was the Executive Director of North Kent Community Services. So I knew about North Kent and what it did for people and how it helped people. And that was one of the things that intrigued me. My whole life was in social work. And so that's kind of, part of a social worker's creed, I guess, is to help other people and to help people become the best person they can be. The time that I was here was shortly after the 9/11, and people were losing their jobs, and seeing people that you never thought you would see in a food pantry, seeing people that you went to high school with coming in and asking for help, made you think of how blessed you might be in your life too. We did a lot of fundraising during that time, lots of fundraising. We had a golf outing, and it was called People Helping People. But our start of summer, we would do prime rib steak sandwiches downtown. Some of the other fundraisers that we did for families were Sweetheart Splash, and people would jump in the Rogue River on February 14th or that weekend close to that. We also had lots of local celebrities would come, would be the news station would come. We moved to we called it a pantry of choice. Up until that part, 2004 and maybe into 2005, if a person came in and said they wanted or needed a food box, our case managers would go in the back in the warehouse, and they would pack a food box for clients. And that was one of my things that I really wanted to move to a client choice, because who am I to say what a client needs? So going to a pantry of choice, I think, really put so much more dignity into those selections for those families. So I really believe that was probably the one program that I am most proud of, that we moved to that. When I first came, there was one computer in the entire building. Everything was being done by hand. Handwritten ledgers, payroll, handwritten payroll checks. If I needed to know who our biggest donors were, my administrative assistant, Bonnie, would take a ruler and take the ledger and would go down the ledger and then write it over here. And then it'd take her about a week or so to get me that information, where now you could push a button and find out lots of things on donors and on individuals. Getting that infrastructure of moving us to the computer age was huge. And those were 8 of the best years of my career. I ended up retiring. Those last 8 years really were fabulous. Again, congratulations on 50 years. What a great legacy for this community. I believe that this agency will be here another 50 years.